Hello and welcome to another update video about GALA. GALA seems to be breaking out above our breakout point here, yeah. And again, I don't have a very clear micro count. Very difficult to say where we are structurally here, especially if we don't get any kind of deep pullback along the way, then it will be difficult to say where exactly we are. It is certainly not impulsive, so it has to be some kind of corrective price action. Best I can tell you is that this B wave was probably just very shallow. The B wave that we talked about in the last videos, we did get a pullback, but it was just extremely shallow. So happens sometimes. B waves are among the most, let's say, diverse waves. They can be extremely shallow and they can also be extremely deep. That's just one of the characteristics of a B wave, but it's rare that they are very shallow. So again, the assumption of, let's say, the Elliott wave count purely relies on an unreliable, very, very shallow B wave. So that makes the entire wave count a little less reliable. Doesn't mean we couldn't use it. We can. We just need to be aware, okay, what is the key level against which we can now focus on higher after the breakout? And if that level breaks, then we need to understand what the alternative is. So we've been bullish, short-term bullish at least. Yeah, short-term bullish on GALA for a while. Bear in mind that the overall chart looks a bit like a disaster. To say it quite clearly, it is a bit of a disaster. But the short-term trend is up and has been since end of October. I defined for you here a potential breakout point. That seems to be triggered right now. So the price seems to be moving higher more directly without any pullback. Would have been nice to get a bit of an inverse head and shoulders, but there you go. It honestly, it must have been here this B wave, short, shallow B wave, yeah. And then we could now be in this C wave. And a few people asked me, what are the targets? What are the targets? Well, the targets were already defined in the last video. So we did say that in this move up, regardless which sub-wave structure it's using, subdivision, whatever, we should get to 6.2 cents next. Yeah, either way, either directly or after a pullback, and seems to take the direct path. So the next key level to watch is 6.2 cents as potential target to the upside. It's also where it's not only a fib retracement, it's also where we have the previous swing high here, this wave 4 high that was formed in January. We have some structural resistance before. So there are some structural levels. However, if this wave count is correct, these should be taken out. We have, for example, here structural resistance at 3.5 cents. So here, and you might hear the dog snoring in the background. And here we've got 5 cents. Yeah, there you go. So these are the two key resistance levels before we get to 6.2 cents, which is going to be a key fib level. Yes, I mean, structurally, the key level to watch now as support will be this B wave low. Again, it's not reliable, but it was a corrective pullback. And this is the level. So that's at 2.45 cents. So that's the B wave low. As long as that level is holding, the focus can be on higher in an evolving C wave. We can add other levels later as we get a little bit more clarity. But looking at Fibonacci targets, the 1-to-1 ratio would point us to 5.2 cents, just to give you another level to watch. But again, they are unreliable because I have not really a very good perspective of what this is. Best I can tell you is that, again, we were watching for a potential B wave pullback because we had 3 waves complete. So again, I can only say this was probably the A, this was probably the B, and then here a C wave, unchanged basically from what I communicated to you before. But then it must be that this was a shallow B wave. So just A, B, C, and A, super shallow B wave, and the C wave could be unfolding now. Yeah, can't rule out any, something different, maybe even, that there are many ways. It could be that this B wave even gets a lower reset, and we have to be a bit flexible with GALA. But then, that C wave here was an ending diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, that's best wave count I can give you. I take that micro count out again. It's not meaningful. That's the best wave count I can give you. But even without Elliott waves, I mean, the next structural resistances are clear. As long as we're holding that last swing low, the focus should be on higher, especially after a breakout. Would be good, obviously, next to get above that next resistance level that I mentioned, and then 5.08 cents is next, these previous swing highs that were formed in April, March, and February. That's my update about GALA. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can find the links for those channels in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.